Hi guys, hope you're doing well. I'm sorry if not uploading in a while. I've been striking out when it comes to recording wildlife. I've been out every weekend for the past couple of weeks, but haven't had any luck recording anything, to be honest. I was out on the coast planning to do an overnighter video photographing shorebirds, and I had an oyster catcher come up to me really close, got some really nice photos, but he stuck around for about 3 minutes and that's it. I was there for 5 hours at the night, spent the night, lay there for 3 hours in the morning, nothing. And then a heavy rain cloud came in, so I packed up and drove home, and I haven't photographed anything since then, to be honest. A bummer, but yeah, that's wildlife. So today I thought I could do a different kind of video. I wanted to showcase not only what's in my camera bag, but what I bring with me when I go out on my photo journeys and my photo adventures, as it comes to camouflage, blinds and all that. So hope you like this video, and yeah, let's get to it. So firstly, I always carry a sleeping mat, and that's to isolate myself from the ground and don't have to lay in the dirt, have to lay on wet grounds, and keeps the cold out of me. And so I always carrying that with me, no matter if I'm going blind photographing or just photographing beneath this one. My ghillie blanket. So always carrying my sleeping mat with me when I go out photographing under camouflage or with camouflage of some sort. So this is my Tragopan ghillie blanket. It's very nice. It's quite heavy, quite bulky, as you can see. It's quite large. Unfortunately, it's torn to pieces. I don't really know how it holds up, but it does. I use this in a combination with my sleeping mat when I'm photographing waterfowl or shorebirds. When I want to be a little bit more mobile, I use this in combination with my sleeping mat. Otherwise, I use it with my photoblind, which I'm gonna show you, which are a great addition for camouflage. This ghillie blanket are made out of threads, and it blends into the natural environment quite nicely. No matter if you're in grass, reeds, seaweeds, kelp on the beach, it blends in pretty nicely. So really nice, quite cheap. I think it costs around 600 Swedish kron, which would be 35 pounds maybe, something like that, 40 pounds maybe. So quite cheap and really nice. I also carrying around another camouflage, and this is just a cheap camouflage netting. I mainly use this when I'm photographing smaller birds during winter time, when I can be more stationary. When I set up a small blind in the woods, and put out some feeders and stuff and let the birds come to me. It's nice to have this just sit behind. You don't really need it, but yeah, it makes you blend into the environment a little bit better. But yeah, I don't really use it that much because it's pretty loud, but it's light, so it's really nice. And then I have my photo blind, my ground blind. It's the Tragopan Hokki version 2. It's really nice. It's only 75 centimeters tall, about 2.3 meters long, 1 meter at widest. So it's really stealthy. It's low profile, perfect for photographing waterfowl, shorebirds, and allows you to get closer to the animals and get that nice low angle photo that we all love. It's about, I think it's cost 1,500 Swedish crowns, so it would be 1,200 or $1,300 or pounds, something like that. It's really nice. The only downside to this tent is that it's not fully weatherproof, meaning if it rains heavily you will have some problem with the rain getting into the tent from the sides, and if you're using the mesh screen in the front part of the tent, so you can see out or look out from the tent, then it will come inside. That's no good. But Tragopan are working on a new version of this tent, and I think it will be released this year, and hopefully they have made it a little bit more weatherproofed, so you can go out photographing when it's raining, because shooting in rain is really nice because you can get really dramatic photos, but yeah, it's a pain in the butt having to deal with wet equipment and getting soaking wet yourself. So yeah, really nice. Highly recommend this tent. I use it every time I go out, when I'm not out photographing roe deers or going on a photo walk. Whenever I photograph waterfowl and shorebirds, I use this. It's really nice, and I like it. And I also carrying around this bulky ass tripod. It's quite heavy. I don't use it, so I don't really know why I'm carrying it around. It's mainly due to that camera, the one you're watching from, my vlogging camera. But as I said, rarely use it, only when I need to put it down in the water or when I'm stationary. I might use this one, but somehow it always managed to be attached to my backpack of some reason. It's the Benro TM28A, I think it's called, something like that. It's a aluminium one. It's quite heavy, weighs about 2 kilos, only the tripod. And then the ball head is a Benro B3E, and it weighs about 1 kilo also, so it's quite heavy, and therefore I don't really like to use it. But yeah. So this, on the other hand, is my camera bag. It's the Tragopan 500 version 4, I think it's called. It's quite big. It's quite heavy. I think it weighs about 2.5 kilos. But it's it's big, it's bulky, and you fit a lot of gear in it. You will fit 500mm with a camera attached, or a 600 without a camera. So yeah, quite big. The bag itself has a lot of compartments. It has this three on the sides or on the front. It has a rain cover in this pouch that you could put something else in if you want to. And it also has a bottle pouch on the other side. Straps on both sides of the bag. 2 straps on the bottom. On the bottom I usually attach my sleeping mat. And then some, I don't really know, but they have one strap there and one strap here. I don't really know what it's for. I might think this might be for clothing or something. Don't really care for it. I'd rather see 2 straps on top here, so you can put your blind on top, and maybe like a strap here in the middle, so you could put your tripod on the bag itself instead of on the side, because it will be much easier for your back and to have a well balanced load on your back. So yeah. The hip belts are pretty thick. They are quite large, which are great. Don't go into your hips, and are quite comfortable actually. Same with the shoulder straps. They're nicely done. Could be a little bit more padded, maybe. I don't know. I would love to see a pouch on the hip belt for long hiking. Sometimes I do hike quite long with this camera bag, and it would be nice to have, like for filters and stuff, if you use that, to have it on a pouch on your hip belt if you have like a camera in your hand, instead of having to take off the bag every time you need to grab something. So yeah. Other than that, it's quite cheap. I don't remember what I paid for it, but I think it's about 1200 Swedish crowns, like 100 pounds, $100, something like that. I can't remember, but I like it. I usually carry out 3D camouflage pants with me, and I don't wear them. I just put the lens through the leg here to camouflage it, especially when I'm stationary with a tripod. So I put the lens through the leg part, and then I wrap the other leg through the tripod, around the tripod, concealing it a little bit. I don't really know how much animals care about that, but it eases our minds at least. So yeah. Another cool thing or good thing with this bag is actually they have constructed it to extrude a little bit. I don't really know if you can see that, but it extrudes a little bit if you unzip the outer zipper, making it easier to actually carry like extra clothes, food and stuff inside the bag. So that's really nice. I think it extrudes about 5 centimeters and about 15 centimeters in the middle. So that's quite nice. So well done, Tragopan. shall we look what I carry with me inside the bag? So in the top lid we have these weatherproofed, or they are somewhat weatherproofed. The zippers aren't weather sealed zippers, so but they're nice. There are a lot of pouches. There are, what are they, 5 pouches, right? 6, even 6 pouches. And I usually carry my electrical stuff inside these pouches, like USB charger for my main camera. I need to get one for my vlogging camera, but haven't gotten around to it yet. I always carry around a fully charged battery power bank, because it's not a question of if, it's a question of when. When you go out of batteries, and it's always nice to be able to charge your battery, especially for the camera that you're actually taking the photos with. And with that I have spare batteries both for my main camera and my vlogging camera. And what should we talk about? We can talk about that. I always carry around this camera strap. It's a Peak design. I think it's the light version. I can't remember. It's about 700 Swedish crowns, I think, 700 or 800 Swedish crowns. So that would be, I don't know what it is. It's very cheap. The smart thing with this are that they have this quick release or quick attach buckles, which are you are attaching to the cameras or the tripod if you're carrying a telephoto tripod or a heavy lens tripod. Lens, I mean a lens. You attach it to the lens and the camera, and you're carrying it with this one. It's pretty nice because it's a quick release. You just snap it in, you just push down on the toggle and move out the strap, and it's off. I usually use this when I'm recording stuff and when I'm out on a photo walk. Another easy thing with this is that it's quite simple to attach the length of the strap itself. You just unbuckle this. Here, move it up or down. So, as I said, I mainly use this for photo walks or when I'm recording. And when I'm recording video, I put the strap behind my neck like this, and I have braced the camera against my neck with the strap, and it will stabilize the camera a bit. So if you move like this with the camera, it's quite stable actually. I also do it with a big lens recording, especially when I'm standing up, because it's a little bit easier to stabilize the shot. I also carry around first aid kit and a cleaning kit for the lens. I don't bother carrying around a sensor cleaning kit because I never change lenses on on my main camera, so don't really care for it. Don't really want to do it out in the field either. So, but here there are a rocket blower, some brush for the front element, microfiber cloth, and some bandages and alcohol patches if you cut yourself on some rocks or something. And I also carry around a head torch because I go out photographing very early in the morning and quite late in the evening, so it's pretty nice to have a head torch so you see where you go. Highly recommended, very underrated piece of gear. And for audio, I use the Röde video mic. It's a battery powered mic, which means that I can attach it to my cameras or to this other piece of kit, the Zoom F1 field recorder with a lav mic, and that's what I'm recording the sound and most of the vocals through. So the nice part with using this one with the battery is that you can attach this to this, and you can leave that somewhere in, so you can record like ambient sounds, bird calls, water sounds, wind sounds, ambient sounds too. Yeah. So that's really nice, and that's why I bought the battery one instead of the one which are powered by the hot shoe and the camera itself. Or they're not powered by the hot shoe, but powered by the camera. So yeah. Really nice. I like the sound and the quality of it, so yeah. I sold my other lenses and my D3400 in order to buy the Panasonic GH5, which are recording this with a 12 to 60 millimeters lens, f2.8 to f4, f2.8 only on 12 millimeters though, so yeah, but I like it. I think I should have bought the Z6 instead, the Nikon Z6, because I think it will help me out more than this, especially for my wildlife recording parts, because with the Z6 I could attach this lens to that camera and record animals and birds in slow motion in order to enhance behavioral footage. So but I like the Panasonic GH5. It has the flip out screen, which are typical for vlogging cameras, and it helps you frame up your composition and make sure that you are in focus and all that. So yeah, really happy about it. I've had it for about 1 month, so still learning the camera. Moving from DSLR to mirrorless are quite painful. Still preferring the DSLR, to be honest. I think the optical viewfinder are much better, to be honest. But that's my opinion. And then we have my main camera, the legendary D500, the Nikon D500, with its counterpart 200 to 500 5.6. It's a really nice combo. It's a very cheap setup, if I may say so. Some think these are quite expensive, but I think it's, in the camera world, these are really cheap. So yeah, I bought it used for about 22,000 Swedish crowns, so around 1,800 pounds, dollars, something like that. And yeah, I really like it. I have had the lens for about 1.5 years soon, and the D500 I have only had for about 1 year now, and I really like it. It has 20.9 megapixels. It's a crop sensor camera. It have, I think it's 10 frames per second, so it's very fast, very nice autofocus system, the same as the D500. No, the D5. Really nice. It records in 4K up to 25 frames per second, and if you are like me and like to record video, I can let you know that recording in 4K gives you a crop of 1.5 on top of the crop sensor of 1.5. So you get a really nice amount of reach with this camera recording 4K. So that's really nice. So yeah, can't say anything bad about the camera itself. The lens are very cheap. I think it's about, I don't know, 1,200 pounds, $1,200, brand new. So it's quite cheap. I like it. You shouldn't compare it to a prime lens because it's not as close as a, say, a 500, a 400, 600. When it comes to the optical image quality, it's not even close, and the focusing speed are pretty nice. It's not super fast, but it's fast enough for the most part. Probably not for birds in flight, but yeah, I'm mainly photographing waterfowl and shorebirds, so I don't have any issues with it. The only problem is it's a 5.6. It's quite slow, especially when it's a little bit darker. It struggles to find focus, and yeah, don't know what you can do about it, but other than that, I think it's a nice setup. The lens itself focuses on a minimum focus distance of 2 meters, so you could do some really nice macro styled photos with this lens and produce some really nice photos with it. When it comes for bokeh and stuff like that, it's not best lens in the world, but as long as you isolate your subject from the background, you will have no problem creating stunning photos with this lens and this camera combo. So yeah, that's about it. No, I forgot. I also carry around this Nikon teleconverter 1.4 version 3. I mainly use this for video, using the 200-500 becomes f8, and the autofocus are struggling really badly with this attached, so I don't use it for photos. I mainly use it for video, and even though or even then there are some issues, there are a lot of diffractions between the glasses and the sensor, so the image quality are lacking with the 200-500 when you're using the teleconverter. But yeah, as I said, if you have any suggestions, just leave a comment down below, and as always, leave a like, comment, and if you haven't subscribed already, please do so, and join this community and help me out to grow this channel. It would mean super much. So yeah, until the next one.